Hi, bonjour. My name is Tina. I love to yap about books. I have to say it, I can't believe we've reached the halfway of the year, the halfway mark of the year. That is crazy. Is it only me, or do you have also the feeling that each year time goes by faster and faster? That's crazy. You've seen it on the title already. We are related today to one of my favorite videos to do during the year, which is the media freakout tag. I just think it's a cool way to mark some mile, to celebrate kind of an achievement, to have reached the halfway point of the year, which is exciting and terrifying at the same time, hence the title of this tag. So let's see how well I've been doing, what's going on in terms of books this year. Let's see some stats first. So I read for now 37 books and one DNF, which is the fourth book in the Witcher series. I might have seen this one coming. I was just less engaged with the series and I don't have fun reading it anymore. I might come back to it at some point, but I'm proud of me for DNFing this book because I'm having so much fun with others. And the goal of this year is to reach 70 books read. So I've reached a total of 51% of the books I want to read to achieve this 70 books goal, which is really not bad. I think I can do it. But let's start with the questions. The first one being, what is the favorite book you've read so far this year? And I think it has never been this easy to choose only one. It is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. The other ones, aside of it, doesn't compare to my feeling of just my endless love for this book, because I know I will always be recommending this one almost to anyone because it has some very difficult parts, very dark parts. So I guess I cannot recommend this book to someone that is very sensitive, but it has altered my world and my brain chemistry for sure, obviously. At a point that I'm also currently watching the TV show that I'm absolutely loving. It is excruciatingly, I don't know, painful to watch, but so important because watching it nowadays feels even more frightening. You can tell and you can feel that we are closer to be able to see those kind of catastrophic scenarios happening, which was not the case, I guess, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, so it's even more frightening, especially knowing that she got inspiration from true facts, real happening facts in our real world. Next. The next question is, what's the best sequel you've read this year so far? I wanted to talk about this one, Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, but it's a sequel. It's the second book in the Part of Your World series, but you're following different characters. So even though it's a favorite, I gave this one 5 stars. I'm gonna talk instead about Carl's Doomsday Scenario because I had so much fun reading this book. This sequel is even more better, I think, than the first one, even though there are some elements that are not my favorite, but nevertheless, the enjoyment, peak, top tier. The enjoyment is there, and it's even more interesting because you get more glimpse about the political stakes, and I love that. I just love that. I can't wait to continue this series, and I know the books get chunkier and chunkier, so I'm getting more and more intimidated to read them. What are some releases that you have not read yet but want to? The first one is Agnes Obet's Mystical Cat Shelter by Asa Fawcett. I'm just waiting a little bit because I've heard that it has more autumnal vibes. That's the only reason. And I'm afraid because I've seen a lot of disappointment around this book, so I'm trying to lower my expectations. Because I've read and loved also Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker, I absolutely want to try to read Japanese Gothic this year. It might be happening in July. Who knows? Also, I've heard a lot about Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke, but I'm still not sure if I'll find time to read this one. We'll see, but I'm really intrigued. I want to make my opinion about it. I'd also love to read Tradwife by Saratoga Schaffer because I've seen Lucy really loving it, so I'm intrigued. And it's horror, so I might try to read it in July, who knows, or maybe it's gonna happen for Halloween. Wolfworm by T. Kingfisher, of course. I love her writing, and I want to read everything she's ever written, so it's gonna take me some time because she has written a lot of books, but Wolfworm looks perfect for summer, so might happen in July too. to, I don't know. There's also A Hymn for Life by Giselle Pellico, which is an important read, and I would love to find time to read it this year, but if it's not happening this year, next year for sure. Next year's plan, because I've read the first few sentences when I was in a bookstore and it spoke to me. So I'm really eager to read it. And of course, I would love to try to read Letters from Ketterdam by Lee Bardugo. So many new books. It's gonna be quite hard. This one, I'm not sure it's gonna be this year's plan. I don't know, I was really hyped for this one, and right now it did go down a little bit. We'll see. What is your most anticipated read for the second half of the year? It is Deadbeat. No questions about it, by Lee Bardugo. It's the third book in the Alex Stern installment. I loved the first one. I really enjoyed the second one as well. I'm really excited for the third one. And that's honestly the only book I'm super hyped about for the second half of the year, because otherwise it's the third book of the Vicious series, if I'm not mistaken, by V. Schwab. I haven't started yet, so I'm not sure I can get to it. So I'm not really hyped. What is your biggest disappointment? And unfortunately, because I was super hyped, I had such high expectations for this one, and it's what killed my reading experience. It's Sword of Kagan by M.L. Wong. I wanted to love this book so much. I was waiting for something that was not there, unfortunately for me. I was waiting for a very impactful fantasy book. I didn't even know about the Japanese folklore, but when I started it and I saw that I was even more hyped for this book. But I didn't get anything from this book, unfortunately. I wasn't really drawn to the magic / power system. I wasn't drawn to what was happening and how the story resolved. I was attached to some characters, but I thought that they were acting contradictory to how they wanted to be written, I guess. One character was very problematic and he got a lot of screen time at the end, which pissed me off. But still, because I talked about it in my last video, I would say that still I loved some aspects of it, especially the consequences of war. And also, Dia, you said it and I forgot to say it. The sisterhood, how women were treating each other. I really love that. Yes, next. What's your biggest surprise? And it's, once again, as last year, a romance book, because I'm not a romance girl, so I have very low expectations going into a romance book, and hence the fact I think that I have the biggest surprises on romance books, and it is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which I gave 5 stars. It just spoke to me, you know. I thought that the relationship between Brianna and Jacob was very sweet. I loved their dynamics. Really, just Jacob got my heart, and it deals with other very heavy topics as well. So I don't know, I just really loved it. It spoke to me. It's those kinds of books, you know, it's subjective. It's just rather a feeling that a very objective way of loving the writing or the structure of the book, which was not perfect for sure. Like at the beginning, they're writing letters and they're very communicative between each other, and then it's only miscommunication and they stopped writing letters, which is very frustrating. But in some ways, their dynamics and their relationship made up for it. Is it English? I'm not sure. New favorite author is hands down Emily Austen, because I've read We Could Be Rats and I loved it. It's another 5 stars. I want to read everything she has ever written, because it's one of those books where the writing just clicks with you. She has a very dark humor, but also a beautiful way of crafting people. They really feel fleshed out to me, and I identify to them very easily. Loved it. I want to just throw out my whole TBR to read all the books she has ever written, but yeah, that's so hard. I want to read so many books, and it's always just so hard to prioritize some. I'm a human. I'm made of contradictions. Newest fictional crush. And I have to mention Sigrid from We Could Be Rats. It's just, I could see myself fancy her, you know, in real life because of how cool she is. And also Jacob from Yours Truly. Such a sweet pie. I love him so much. Who are some of your newest favorite characters? And I have to say, Princess Donuts from Dungeon Crawl Call. For sure. She's hilarious. I love her her, and she brings a very cool dynamic. If she was not there, it wouldn't be the same for sure. And I'm very afraid because they're just giving some hints of them having maybe some fights during the whole series, and I don't want this to happen. I don't want them to get ever separated because otherwise I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I love Murderbot for sure. I love its nonchalant way. It's saying it doesn't give a fuck about anything, but it really does. It really does. And I just love also this contradiction about it. It's just, yeah, I love it. And also it's hilarious. I just love this character. And one of my new favorite characters, also I have to talk about him. He's a character in the Hirayasumi manga, and it's Hiroto. I've read only 2 volumes for now, but it's the way he's always caring for others and always just so sweet and very kind. I love his very simple way of living, but he has also some flaws, but it only makes him even more endearing. In a way, I love him. One of my new favorite character. And I forgot to say, but it's just a slice of life manga. You follow him in his daily life and how he got his house in Tokyo and how his cousin is joining him because she's gonna do her studies also in Tokyo, and how they're gonna navigate through life. And it's very simple. It's very character focused. There's no plot, just vibes. And it's just this kind of focusing on small things, mundanity, and simple ways of life, simple things about life that I love. What is a book that made you cry? And I have one for you this year as well. The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. And I'm just gonna say that usually when I deal with elderly people, it's moving me even more. But here, you know these characters for quite some times, and it's dealing with Alzheimer. I was cooked. I had no chance. And I cried in public. I was reading this in public and my tears just came down, and I had to refrain myself from sobbing because otherwise I would have sobbed for sure. And another honorable mention, because it almost made me tear up, but again, I was in a bookstore, so I couldn't tear up kind of in public. Like, people would have seen me for sure crying in this bookstore because it's quite small, you know. It was Hamnet. It's interesting because The Last Devil to Die was a 5 stars, is a 5 stars, but this one is not a 5 stars. But still, the ability of this author to make us care for characters, it made me cry even though I'm not a mother and I don't have children. I've never known this feeling that you have your heart outside of your body because you have a child, and still she made me feel it, which is crazy. It's crazy. What is a book that made you happy? Dungeon Chronicle. I have to say it's easy. It's just so easy. I laughed so much with the first one, a little bit less with the second one, but still. What is the most beautiful book you've purchased this year? I don't have it with me, but I'm just gonna include some footages. It's The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I haven't read it yet. I need to read it. I think it's gonna happen this autumn. I just saw it in the bookstore and I couldn't resist. I know, I'm weak. I have to admit it. Next question is, what books do you need to read before the end of the year? And I have on my priority TBR. I have In Memoriam, I have Lie With Me, The Bodied Queens, The Book Thief, and I would say Master and Margarita. Those are the 5 books I would love to prioritize before the end of the year. But I have so many others on my TBR this year. If you don't know which one I have, I made a video, I'm just gonna put it here. Yes, I feel overwhelmed because I want to read so many other books that I want to read for fun, you know, because I've heard of them and now I have the craving to read them. So I'm just gonna follow my heart. I'm just gonna follow the horizon that is before me so I can just enjoy my reading experience this year. And I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work the best this way. So who's gonna judge me? Then I wanted to include some small creators that gave me so much, and I hope I'm returning something to them because they filled me. They really truly feel me. They're truly motivating me to continue doing these videos, and for that I will never thank them enough. First, Novel Idea. Dia, you're one of the loveliest. You're one of the first that followed me continuously since the beginning almost. So Cannot thank you enough for that. Lucy, you discovered my videos by pure hazard, I think, and I couldn't thank the algorithm enough for that. When you said that you read a manga because of me, this is the best thing ever you could have said to me. This, I can die in peace, you know? And I always love to watch how creative you are with your videos. It's always such a treat to watch you, and I hope you're gonna stay on this platform for very long. Otherwise I quit. And also Rochelle from Good Morning Dreamer, such a gem. You're such a gem. I love also watching Always Your Rex because you have books I've never heard of, and always looking for creators that talks about books we never hear of, so thank you for that. You are all truly one of the reasons I keep continuing these videos. It just puts so much balm on my heart. Is it English again? I'm not sure. You are such gems to this platform. I almost let you go without telling you also about what's coming in the second half of the year. I started editing this video and I was like, I totally forgot about that. Hence the change of frame. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new here, hi, welcome. I hope you like it around here. My name is Tina. My full name is Valentine, but I have Croatian origins and it's just easier to pronounce and it's a little bit more funky, you know what I mean? So my name is Tina, I'm 27 years old. I did some law studies, but I don't want to continue on that path and I want to try to follow the passion and try to become a bookseller. I did a first internship during a month this year at a manga specialized bookstore, which went super well, and they asked me if I could come back for a month to help them during this summer. So I'm working the whole month of July, which is so exciting. I'm gonna be paid as a bookseller. Baby steps, but I'm just so excited about it. That's why I wanted to tell you that on the month of July you will have, I think, 2 videos, maybe 3, I'm really not sure about that, but I think I'm gonna upload every 2 weeks, and it's gonna be even less maybe for August because I'm not gonna be in France for 3 weeks, and I will not be able to upload because I'm gonna be visiting my family in Croatia and Bosnia, and we don't really have a lot of internet over there, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. I don't want to do that as well. I just want to enjoy my family and traveling there. So that's some big news. I'm gonna be a bookseller for a month and I'm not gonna be able to really upload a lot this summer. It's gonna be some holidays for you to not see me yapping all the time. But I'm gonna be back for September for sure, of course, my favorite season of all time. Who knows what's going to be next this year. I would love to be able to find a job so I can be a little bit more stable financially and also have a place of my own, because right now I'm just between my parents' flat and my boyfriend's flat, and almost all of my stuff are in boxes all around me. That's why it's a little bit chaotic around me, so don't mind that, please. Continue baby steps towards my final goal, which is to open my own bookshop someday. But I don't have the money right now. It's just for now a dream of mine. The job first, to put some money aside, and maybe a flat by the end of the year. Who knows? I hope it's gonna happen, but I'm really not sure about that. I guess it's gonna be more of the next year plan. That's it. That's all I wanted to add. So with that, punks, I'm not gonna take too much more of your time. I love watching those videos, so I hope you love watching them too. Tell me in the comments what is your favorite book this year so far. I would love to hear that. So as always, thank you for clicking, for watching to the end. I really hope you enjoyed this video and thus to see you on the next one. But most importantly, thank you for being kind. That's what I appreciate the most on this corner of internet. And with that, I have to say bye.